I chose to have my birth at Immanuel Birth Center because I wanted to have a natural, unmedicated birth in a place where I felt respected and trusted and safe to birth my baby. I also wanted to be under the care of the midwives. All the midwives at CHI Immanuel are phenomenal and well trusted and respected in the birthing community. I also wanted to be able to move around during labor. I wanted to change positions as I felt necessary. I did not want to give birth on my back. I wanted to be able to eat and drink during labor. And finally, I wanted to be able to go home as soon as possible after the baby was born. Immanuel Birth Center is a short stay option, and so you're able to go home 12 hours after the baby is born. The best part of my experience at Immanuel was the relationships that I formed with the midwives. The midwives, they trust you and they work with you and they want you to make the best educated decisions for your unique situation. And I think it's also important to know that if you're going with Immanuel Birth Center, that age is not a factor. So I am 38 years old, and not once did I feel that the number of my age was dictating my care. Instead, it was my unique health and my unique pregnancy that we were using to make our decisions together. So I have not had a home birth, but I did have my first child at a freestanding birth center in another state. And so I wanted to be able to replicate that experience as much as possible here in Omaha now that we're living here. So the rooms are very, very comfortable. They have, it's very spacious. They have spacious bathrooms. They have a birthing tub that you can use during labor or for water birth. They have a queen size bed, so it's very comfortable, much like being at home. So absolutely, everything felt safe and clean. When it was time to deliver my baby, I was met at the door by the midwife. We walked immediately into the birth center. We didn't have to pass or interact with anyone. Once inside, my spouse, my doula, the midwife, and the nurse were the only 4 people in my room. They all had masks on, and they all followed all of the safety guidelines, so I felt very safe and very comfortable. I would absolutely recommend the Immanuel Birth Center to mothers who know what they want. They know that they want a childbirth free of intervention, and they also want to be under the care of midwives who support you and love you and want you to have the best pregnancy outcomes. But that being said, I think it's also a great place for women who maybe don't know all there is to know about birth. They don't know all there is to know about labor and delivery, but they want to learn, and they want to have the midwives walk them through each step of the way. So when you're at your appointments, the midwives take their time. They ask you right at the beginning, what questions do you have? So there's your chance to whip out your 15 to 20 questions that you thought of from the previous appointment and go over them one by one. They want you to learn, and they want you to be in the driver's seat for your birth. And I think this is the perfect place for women who know that birth is normal, birth is natural, birth is something our bodies are made to do, and you can receive care from midwives who support you and trust you and will be with you every step of the way on the most important day of your life.